What's up, everybody? Welcome to the EZPZ podcast, episode 50, whatever it is. Coming at you bigly, coming at you strongly, coming at you hardly. Whatever the leads are in the world. Thanks to President-elect Donald Trump. We took a whole week off last week just because of those election results. I know that Brandon was down and out. Nick voted.
I was just going to ask, did you vote?
Yeah, I did. Nick actually voted.
Did you vote for Donald Trump?
No.
Trump.
Then you can say.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not kicked out of the easy peasy.
God damn it.
So, guys, we're in a strange new world. We're in a very interesting times.
Dan did not vote.
I mean, I guess we have to kick him out. He can only appear every few times, right?
I gave him shit about it already.
Like, that is just... Whatever. I don't even want to talk about it. Dude, he's already starting to select his cabinet. His cabinet is a bunch of psychos, racists, idiots. So
it's a lot of white men.
It's a lot of white men. Yeah. Did you see? You posted like a snarky comment on that Mike Pence photo where he's doing like a selfie or someone's taking a photo of Mike Pence and like his entire.
It's a lot of white people.
Yeah, it's literally only white men. Like not even women.
There were some women in there, and then there was a single black man in the far back that just looked lost. I thought we were gonna have brunch or something.
Yeah,
this is not brunch. What is this?
So, we're not going to dwell on the election results. I've already done my crying. I've already done my, like, hey, you know, this is it. This is what's going on.
I got my rant out of the way as well.
Right. Yeah. Oh, you did a great job landing smackdown on some people on Snapchat. If you aren't following Brandon on Snapchat, G0LD Bizzle, he laid some smackdown.
This kind of went crazy.
Yeah. Well, people, you, like, were... getting snaps from people saying, well, this is why I voted. No, this is why I voted. And like every time you received a reason why you would vote for Trump, you posted to your Snapchat story, shut the fuck up. This is incorrect.
Your reason is bullshit.
Yeah.
This is why.
Yeah. You actually don't understand how government works. This, that, and the other. So we're going to move on to something happier, way better, of course. And not dwell on the election too much, but Mr. Trump, you are not my president. I'm just going to leave it like that. You are a piece of shit, and so are you, Mike Pence, and you can fuck off because this is freedom of speech. Baby, we are in America. We're using swear words. We're doing it bigly. So, we're going to start off the show with a segment I like to call Catching Up with the Forest.
Welcome to Catching Up with the Forest.
Yeah, I mean, well,
I like it.
Some big news came out for Electric Forest 2017 a couple weeks ago, a good month or so ago now, where it's going to be 2 weekends, which is nuts. That is like Lollapalooza level. That is Bonnaroo, I believe. No.
The only ones that do that are
Lollapalooza and...
Lollapalooza doesn't do it.
Yeah, they just did.
What are we talking about?
I just went this year. They
multiple weekends?
Coachella does it.
Coachella,
yeah,
that's
Coachella.
what I'm thinking of. Well, either way, here's the point. Forest, 2 weekends, like 40,000 people can go at once. So we're getting 80,000 people. I mean, probably, 5-10% are going to both weekends?
God, I have no idea.
It's hard to say because
I mean, it's
people are psycho about the forest.
Look life, bro.
Yeah, no kidding. Like, if you're able to go to both weekends, I bet, I mean... So it's going to be a crazy time.
Think about the town. Like, how many people are, like, just going to chill? Like, you know, a lot of people just, like, hitchhike, like, to get there. Like, it's crazy what the lengths people will go to get to a festival.
Yeah.
So, for the people that are down to do both weekends, like, the town is going to be just insane for, like, 2 weeks straight.
Yeah. Poor Rothbury. So many books, as Brandon has already pointed out. But some new information came out this week. The lineup, the initial phase 1, wave 1, whatever you want to call it, of Electric Forest 2017. What are you guys thinking?
It's lit as fuck.
It's lit as fuck.
I dog on Electric Forest so much for the lineup. You can't be. So far, I think it's the only one released, so they can't be beat.
Right. Yeah. As of right now, anyway. Right.
So let's dive into the actual headliners for the weekend one. We're going to officially say it now. Nick and Shane are getting married at Electric Forest Weekend 1. So that is where most of our crew in Des Moines are going to be going.
What are the dates of that, Sean?
So Weekend 1 is June 22nd to June 25th, and Weekend 2 is loading, but it's just the next weekend after that.
Weekend 2 is June 29th through July 2nd.
So that means that July 4th is on a Tuesday next year. So I'm looking at Weekend 2. I don't even want to talk about it. I mean,
let's start off with Weekend 1.
Yeah, the glaring factor there on Weekend 2. So Odesza is officially moved up to the highest possible.
Top
top tier. Isn't that crazy? Odesza?
I love it. That's awesome.
I mean, Odesza is releasing a new album for sure. Have already been in the studio.
Yeah.
They're releasing a new album for sure before Forest. I'm predicting maybe March or April of next year. It should honestly be March at the latest because they've been done recording. Bass Sector. So he made.
That's a residency.
Yeah, he made his promise. He fulfilled it.
Yep. Both weekends too.
What do you guys think about that String Cheese incident? I mean, I've heard they're pretty good.
Well, I would say it's disappointing that they're only having 2 shows, so I don't know if that's like an initial phase type thing and they'll add more shows, but it's disappointing to see because this was their festival and to me it's kind of being taken over.
Yeah, so last year, it's good to keep in mind, we already have all of our headliners. I mean, they don't have any like secrets for Weekend 1. As top tier, I should say, headliner top tier. And what are you guys thinking? I mean, last year's headliners seemed absolutely massive. This year we have My Morning Jacket and Above and Beyond also, which are a little bit outsiders for our friend group. I know that some people listen to Above and Beyond, but My Morning Jacket.
That's a strange one.
Yeah, they're investing so much into that indie alternative.
Yeah. I was gonna look it up actually, but I feel like My Morning Jacket actually played Forest like a long time ago, maybe when it was Rothbury or early Forest, I think. I'm gonna look it up, but
they weren't a headliner.
No,
that's
not at all.
for sure.
Yeah. And I know Above and Beyond is huge in this scene, so like that's gonna be crazy.
When they play at EDC, Above and Beyond, because that is like their residency. They play at EDC almost every year.
They play nearly all Insomniac events.
Okay.
Like if you look at any Insomniac event, whether it be like Beyond Wonderland or EDC or a lot of those Southern California like rave style scenes, Above and Beyond is always billed on that ticket.
Yeah. So in 2015 or 14, I want to say, Above and Beyond had Bryan Cranston from Breaking Bad come up and push the button. That's their thing. That's like their gimmick in a way. I don't want to disrespect it, but that's pretty much their gimmick where they have like a celebrity or somebody. Last year it was like a grandma and grandpa come up and push the button.
It was an elderly person. Yeah, they've done people with disabilities. They've done,
that's really cool.
Like you said, celebrities.
I do remember seeing that now that you're saying that.
And in 2013, they had there was the shooting of the EDC movie Under the Electric Sky, and I think they had one of those people that they were following press that button.
Yeah, that's crazy. So what do I mean by push that button? You were there, EDC 2014
and 13
and 13. Dang.
I mean, it's for the drop. There's a build, and then I don't know all the technicalities of that. We would need Dan here for that. But basically, you would change the track and drop the beat. And the way you do that is you press the button.
Like it's literally a giant button too.
For them it is. I mean, on a regular DJ board, it's like a knob.
Right.
So, but it, like you said, it signifies a lot of work and goodwill, and it's something for Above and Beyond fans. It's something that they look forward to. So.
Yeah, it's absolutely nuts.
I enjoy Above and Beyond, so.
Yeah, I mean, aren't they more housey?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I've never listened to them. It's kind of like how Deadmau5 was when we were going Somerset. I didn't really listen to him, and he ended up being very, very boring. No, not trying to throw shade, but Above and Beyond, I guarantee they're going to have a great set. Probably a Thursday night headliner there. it's hard to say when my morning jacket would be. I would obviously put them on Sunday for a headliner, but either way, let's go down to tier 2 because that's where we get Big Gigantic, one of the EZPZ's favorite bands ever.
Funky dance music, can't beat it.
Can't beat it.
That new album is great.
Yeah, so
Brighter Future is awesome.
For sure. Yeah, and I actually haven't really given it like a bunch of listens. I've listened to it a couple times, and obviously I don't feel like it's as good as their previous album, The Night is Young, but it's still pretty solid.
I mean, I love Big Gigantic, so I mean, you can't go wrong there.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, I saw them last year, so and I'm fairly sure I nearly see them once a year. So
yeah, for sure. I think we saw them 3 times in 2015. We saw them at Decadence to turn into.
So I saw them twice last year then.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I saw them at Decadence with you guys, and then Summer Camp with Grizz and Dramatic for Big Grizmatic.
Yeah, so we only saw them this year going into 2016 at Decadence. We weren't able to see them. They were recording in the studio or they were playing smaller tours. They weren't really making that festival circuit.
They did I think they did because they did.
Well, I just mean ours.
Oh,
ours.
Okay.
Yeah, no, they definitely did Summer Camp.
And they did Rowdy Town and a few others.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm super excited to see them again. They're one of my favorite bands to see live or favorite acts. So Nero Live, what does that mean to you, Brandon? You said that means.
Well, I mean,
that on there is...
Yeah, I think that would be amazing because a lot of stuff is going to be I don't know what
pre-recorded?
It's not the correct version, but it's pre-recorded.
Yeah.
And it's you press a button,
press
play, and go with the flow. But he's mixing live, and that's insane because I've seen Nero at EDC a few times.
Okay.
And the sets are legit. And then... if I was to go to a weekend for Electric Forest, I would go to Weeknd too. But with that being said, if I wasn't gonna, the reason I would go to Weeknd 1 is to see that Nero live set because that set alone makes that weekend cool.
Yeah, for sure.
If that makes sense.
And if you're listening at home there, or playing at home, however you want to call it, and looking at the lineup while you're listening to the podcast, something that Nick and Brandon both pointed out is that if it's in white text, that is for that weekend only. So, Odesza, playing weekend 1, that's it. My Morning Jacket, Above and Beyond, that Nero live set that Brandon just talked about, only weekend 1. So, moving forward, one more act on that tier 2. Well, first we have to point out that there's a secret.
Who do you think that is? Because I have my predictions. I think it's pretty apparent, actually.
Really?
Yep. Who do you think it is?
I mean, it's definitely not anyone on weekend 1. I really don't have any idea.
Yeah, I couldn't say. I'm trying to look at the lineup and
I think
the next lineup.
I bet it's Tribe. Sound Tribe Sector 9.
That would be a really
STS
bad act to hide.
Right.
Like, because just for the fact that, like, they played so many times at Forest.
Correct, but their sets at Forest, especially last year, are very unique.
Yeah, Axe the Cable. I don't know. I don't really think that they would hide an act that just played last year, played their Axe the Cable. They actually played twice.
They did.
But you never know.
I think it's Tribe, so
it very well could be.
I don't know. I don't know anyone else who it could be.
It is strange they're not on the second weekend. Yeah. Because they have played,
nearly every year.
Yeah, they played the year that you went, right, Brandon? And they played...
Yeah, because Humphreys was there too.
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
So maybe they got something big up their sleeve.
But they did play 2015, I don't think. So they played 14, 16, now 17. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibilities. Lotus,
Can I actually... I'm taking that back. I'm taking back my prediction.
Okay.
And this is why. For the people that are looking at the sets... I just noticed that the way they have it hidden is the length of the group or the act.
Oh, okay.
And they would put STS9, and STS9 wouldn't take up.
It would be short, yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't take that up. So I'm guessing that's a 1-name, 2-name person.
Right.
So I take that back. So I'm back to what you guys feel, and we have no idea.
That's all right. Sure. I'm sure there's already speculations on Reddit. So
we'll
figure it out.
So Brandon, you said you would go to weekend 2, but I guess this doesn't play it. Like I said, it's not in white text, so it doesn't play a role in either weekend. But wouldn't you be excited to go to either weekend and see Lotus?
Oh my God, yes. And For some background on something cool about Lotus is they had a intimate talk here when they came to 8035, and it was a artist discussion, and it was really intimate. Here in Des Moines, that is, and we were talking about favorite festivals. And they labeled Electric Forest as their favorite festival.
That is
That's
cool.
awesome.
And I don't guarantee. But I think I think it is a possibility that their manager and them, they may have known like they were going to play next year already. Because as soon as Forest wraps up...
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, just speaking from a local level for 515 Alive, Dan Green, once that wraps, 2017 planning is in full effect.
Literally the next week.
Yeah.
For sure. So Lotus, I mean, they released a very awesome album at the beginning of the year this year. One of my favorite albums, actually.
I saw it.
Instrumental.
I saw it live, and it was fucking amazing.
Yeah, and then they
saw
released
Red
that
Rocks, yeah,
second album.
With a lot of vocals.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was definitely feeling the first album of the year more, but
I agree with you, but once you see it live,
Yep.
I mean, it's an experience,
really
rather
is.
than just listening to an album. So
for sure,
That's true.
Let's keep on going here.
For sure.
Claude Von Stroke.
doesn't mean a single thing to me.
And
What about you, Nick?
who is Oliver?
Okay, Oliver Heldens
yeah.
is he's a really good house artist.
Oh, wow! So
There's a lot of house actually.
on Weekend One. Then.
Yeah.
It's pretty house heavy.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, he's kind of on that same tier.
So you're gonna have a lot of candy kids that weekend.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my.
With the fluffies and things. That's cute.
So A-Track, that doesn't mean anything to me.
I love A-Track.
Yeah,
Okay.
A-Track's trap. A-Track has those those Mountain Dew commercials with the trap songs.
Okay.
With it's like a deer that's like twerking.
Okay.
You've probably seen it.
Yeah.
That song is A-Track.
Okay.
And he does a remix of the Yeah Yeah Yeahs Head Roll.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, he's got some good stuff. If you actually listen to
I
him.
absolutely love that song.
Who does?
Okay,
Yeah.
so moving along, though, on that bottom tier, which obviously still has some heavy hitters.
Still stacked.
Yeah, we got 12th Planet showing up for like the third year in a row now, I believe, because he ended up coming in 15 to cover somebody that ended up not being able to make it.
Oh yeah, he had just made it.
Yeah. And then he also played last year, so third year in a row, good for him. Playing both weekends, AC Slater, Asadi, Autograph played here at 515 Alive, correct?
Yep.
So
Another house artist.
really, really solid. Big Wild's going to be tons of fun. Friend of the show, Taylor Sparks, is huge into Big Wild. Actually traveled to see them this year, or him, I should say. But what are you guys seeing there?
I'll label my call-outs. If I was to attend Weekend One, I would want to see a Lilium.
Millennium? Yeah, for sure.
I'm sorry. Lettuce, Minnesota, Papadozio, Pendulum, Pigeons Playing Ping Pong, Sunburn, Talk, The Floozies.
You can just keep going, yeah.
Just
Yeah,
like
and
half
then-
of the lineup.
Isn't that interesting? Waka Flocka Flame is like bottom tier for like.
That's because he is bottom.
I'm not gonna argue with that.
That's a correct placement for that person.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that would be what I would want to see. A lot of the jam, and just speaking from past experience, one of the most intimate sets I've ever been to was the Papadozio set here in St. Charles in Des Moines, outside of Des Moines, I should say.
Yeah.
And that was insane.
Yeah.
I mean, it was.
What was that festival again?
Cosmos.
Thank you.
Cosmos. That's right.
They all run together, Sean.
Yeah, no, for sure. I actually couldn't remember either. I wasn't there, so I have a good excuse. But
Asshole.
3 call-outs I have to make on that bottom tier, and I put that in quotations for a reason. I mean, those are still so many. There's still so many heavy hitters. Modest Yahoo. How awkward / weird is that, right?
That is kind of cool.
Like, I actually really love that one single they had on MTV, or like that music video they had way back when. I need to point out Wave Racer. We saw them in 15 at Forest. Wave Racer was awesome.
Yeah.
What type of music?
It's like Sam Gellatry, like almost exactly like that, like future,
kind of like spacey dubstep type of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Pretty trap, or however you want to call it. And then last call out I have to make is Vince Staples.
Yeah.
I am not gonna miss Vince Staples.
No,
I know.
I gotta see him.
Yeah. Dude, I know friends of the show, Madison and Clement, are gonna be going. Fellow Lemonheads are definitely going to be going to see Vince Staples.
What type of music?
Rap. Straight up rap. Yeah. I actually got into him before he even released any actual material and was just featured on Earl Sweatshirt songs. And then last year he came out with his debut album. And then just released an EP this year, Prima Donna. And speaking of Prima Donna, I think we got a Prima Donna coming in. Dan Brown, is he at the door? Anybody checking the text messages here? Alright, well, we're going to pause here, kids. False alarm. Much like a really great song that just came out by Weeknd.
True.
It's so true. So we're going to cap out here on weekend 1 of EF. Any call-outs there at the bottom tier, Nick?
Besides what you guys have already called out, which is basically all kind of my stuff too, Snake Hips is huge right now.
Snake Hips, okay.
Snake Hips is a really big... they really blew up this year, so I think that's going to be something that people are going to be looking out for.
Type of music.
Yeah.
What's that one song? You know the song, but it's just kind of your generic dubstep, or like kind of like club stuff.
Okay, cool.
But still pretty cool that they're going to be playing Forest.
I know, right? So that's going to be a really good set. But other than that, I mean, everything else, you guys are kind of encapsulated what I would be hitting. Minnesota is awesome too.
Dude, that's awesome. I love Minnesota. Definitely not an act I can listen to, like just their MP3s or albums, but seeing them live is a huge different story. Yeah. I mean, that's how it is a lot for a lot of like electronic music for me. But moving along to weekend 2, let's get it out of the way, guys. The fat ass elephant in the room.
Rip off the Band-Aid.
Rip off the Band-Aid.
Say it.
Fuck you, RL Grind.
Damn it.
God damn it, man.
Every time.
How dare he? He's not welcome.
That weekend is a better weekend, not only for RL Grind, but for other reasons.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll dive right into that. So
that's a big one.
The first, let's backtrack a little bit to the headliners. We have a hidden headliner for weekend 2, which we do not have for weekend 1.
And that one is a lot smaller.
It
might be tried.
It is a short
Oh, that's a good call out.
That one actually could be.
So we got String Cheese and Bass Nectar.
Residencies.
Essentially residencies now, yeah. For Bass Nectar anyway. And then we've got that blank, that hidden, that HQ Vault, it says, as the label here on the lineup.
Could be another clue at stating it could be Tribe. Because Tribe's played quite a few times there over the years.
I think so.
With 2 weekends, there's no way they couldn't invite Tribe, right?
I would agree.
Like, there's no way.
It's like, hey guys, we're doing the 2 weekend thing. Which weekend would work in your schedule?
Right.
Well, we're doing this weekend, so we'll be more than happy to play the second weekend.
For sure. Right. Yep. And DJ Snake, what do you guys think about that?
It's
cool. DJ Snake's big.
I mean,
it just reminds me of DJ Mustard. Like, it's just this typical top 40 or like.
I mean, that will bring in the younger folk that will spend money. So I get that.
That's true.
And then to start off the tier 2, another blank.
I know, that's another reason I like Weekend 2 is there's like 2 secrets rather than 1.
Yeah, agreed. And it just says shh. And another thing to
which
call
could
out,
be a clue. I don't know.
Yeah, that could be, I mean, we'd have to
point.
go through like the Reddit world to find it.
Exactly. Yeah, I was gonna
which
say.
I refuse to do.
Well,
it's a rabbit hole.
So.
It's a lemon hole.
It is a lemon hole.
I definitely can understand you not wanting to do that, not only because it's a lemon hole, but you're also not going.
True. And then let's see.
We got Big G.
Yep, both weekends.
And then let's talk about it, guys.
RL.
We've already ripped off that Band-Aid.
I think going back to RL Brian, he did his debut Red Rock show, and he labeled it like a festival show. So he'll be coming back to Red Rock, so I'll catch him there.
Okay, for sure.
I would love that. I'd be totally into that.
I've got a day,
Rocks,
since we're not going to both weekends, collectively the EZPZ isn't going to be going to both. We're only going to be representing that weekend 1 for Nick and Shannon's wedding. I'm going to have some PTO days. I'm willing to make a jog out to Minnesota or Chicago on a week, even a weekday, and just take a day or two PTO to see RL grind.
Mm-hmm.
It has to happen. I literally haven't seen him since 2015.
I mean, the Hard Rocks set, that was unreal. So if he does that again, I'm definitely going.
Yeah. I mean, if we didn't go to Somerset this year, I think we could have probably made that work. Lydia and I, Nick and Shayna, and a few other people. But hey, it is what it is. So let's move along before we start shedding tears. Thievery Corporation, they played 2014,
so,
right?
I don't know. So amazing. I love Thievery Corporation. Another reason Weeknd 2 is better. They're just so funky, so amazing. They were at summer camp this year. And I saw them on the Moonshine stage. And it was so fresh and so fun, and everyone was getting down and being super funky, and that's the reason I think I like Weeknd 2. It's trappy, funky rather than house.
Sure.
Okay.
So I think in our collective discussion here, that would be the difference. Weeknd 2 based off because GTA is in the third tier, so that's Weeknd 2 is more trap heavy and funky. Because they have Big G and Thievery Corporation.
Allison.
Yup.
Oh, Allison Wonderland.
That's another reason.
Why you gotta break my heart.
And so, whereas with Weeknd 1, they have Above and Beyond and some of the other housey stuff that we mentioned.
And RL Grimes, Trap King.
Yeah. Which could be
Beyond Trap King.
Yet another clue as to who this artist could be.
Yeah. What about what do you guys think of Hilo?
I'm actually not familiar with that.
Me neither.
Okay, same. I was just
Okay.
We'll have to look that up.
So we got that Lotus, A-Track, Claude Von Stroke, the triple hitter there. And then let's move on to the, like I said, in quotations, bottom tier, because we still got some heavy hitters. You've already mentioned GTA. Millennium's playing both weekends. That's also like a highlight for all three of us.
Yeah.
High Wolf, we didn't mention the first weekend, but he's playing both weekends. He's actually really legit. I'm bummed that I missed him out at Decadence this past 2015, 2016 New Year's. He actually opened up day 2, New Year's Eve, at the Colorado Convention Center. Bummed I missed him out, but hey, it is what it is.
I do want to see Alice in Wonderland. I've never seen it.
Yeah. That is another tour that I would be willing to take a day of PTO just because she has such a fun set.
True.
At Forest 15.
Did you guys see her at Somerset too?
No, we saw her at Forest, 2015.
Okay.
Yeah, so at Somerset what's the other...
Miha, yeah.
Miha.
Okay.
So that's another female DJ. Not trying to group all female DJs together, but they have like the similar sound, the similar attack on the stage there on the board. So what else is pointing? Like we're looking
Cashmere Cat.
There you go. I was just waiting for you to say something.
I really dig Cashmere Cat.
Oh my god, I saw Cashmere Cat at Lollapalooza this year, and
I really love it.
It was so. Dude is like a cat.
Yeah.
Has long flowing hair. It's like meow. Like I could just totally see that. And fun fact, other podcaster Dan, that's the set that he was dancing next to Malia Obama.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yep, it was Cashmere Cat, Dan, who would be here and explaining the whole story again for the show, but he was dancing next to President Obama's daughter, one of his daughters.
That's crazy.
During Cashmere Cat, yeah. And apparently she smoked a doobie.
Dude, who gives a fuck?
That's awesome, though.
That's illegal. No, I'm just kidding. I care.
Soon to be not illegal.
Exactly.
Well, in 4 years. We're going to set 4 years back first, and then we got to fix everything that's going to be fucked up. So we're good at the moment, but come January 20th, the world is about to go 4 years backwards.
Actually, probably 12 years.
Oh, God.
Because
then you got to fix it. So 12 to 18, we'll be all right.
Yeah. Either way, it's coming. It's just not coming soon enough.
Yeah, for sure. So anything else in the white text there that's jumping out at you that's not playing Weekend 1?
Yes. Ott is playing Weekend 1, but for Weekend 2, it's Ott and the All-Seeing Eye. And my festival group friends called this out as one of the sets to see.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because at first they were like Weeknd 1, because they saw Odd, and then I'm like, well, Odd's on Weeknd 2 as well. I'm not familiar with Odd. Are you guys?
No, I'm not.
Not at all.
And then they're like, Odd, and all CNI, and I'm like, and they're like, oh my god, that's legit. It's Weeknd 2.
Okay.
But other than that, I think it's a lot of the stuff that we already said, such as Papadozio, Pigeons Playing Ping Pong, Lettuce, Minnesota. I thought the Floozies is playing both weekends.
Yeah, they are.
Yep, and Talk. The Motet is playing both weekends. I love the Motet.
Motet is literally one of my, it is 100% one of my favorite acts to go to when you don't expect to, wind up there. You could just show up there at 2 in the morning when they're closing out on Thursday night, and it's just a great time.
Before we leave to go to Puerto Rico, I'm flying out of Minnesota in Minneapolis, and the Motet's playing a show before I fly out.
Nice.
So I'm gonna go see the Motet and then get on the plane and go.
Damn!
You're ridiculous!
That's gonna be awesome.
How do you life, Brandon?
Yeah. How do you do you? So overall, this initial lineup for Forest, of course, we have to do a deep discussion about our favorite acts. 30 minutes to be exact. 30 plus minutes.
Well, I think going to what you guys said, Weekend 1 is amazing for the acts that are on there. Not to mention the friend group getting together to celebrate something really magical, your guys' wedding.
Yes.
And Weekend 2 is super cool because it's more of a funk, trappy type of music. Weekend. So, with that being said, I think for how much I dog Electric Forest, both lineups are sick.
Yeah,
very much so.
That's good to point out. Nick, any closing thoughts?
I just love these lineups, man. I literally find new artists that I fall in love with every year because of these lineups. I check out almost every artist, and I fall in love with something, and it's awesome.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
That's really cool.
I agree.
How about yourself, Sean?
Basically seeing that Odesza Big Gigantic duo on there, and then with Big Bass Nectar being the trio.
That's like a Decadence reunion.
It's literally a Somerset 2015 reunion for Nick and I, because Bass Nectar headlined, Big G headlined that year, and I saw the Weeknd. We saw the Weeknd, and then Odesza opened for another. I think he opened for Bass Nectar on Saturday.
I think it was.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I mean it's almost like that Somerset triple right there.
Somerset / Decadence.
Yeah.
We were all there when Odesza was playing and Bass Nectar and Big G rang in the New Year.
Yeah,
it's
for
so
sure.
Good. I really loved Odesza's set. I'm really glad to see him again, and Big Gigantic's always fun. I actually really was bummed that I didn't get to see him at any point.
Agreed.
The whole year, so.
Besides the first few hours.
Getting goosebumps.
I know.
Because I saw that Big Grismatic set with, and that was insane. Life changing.
So good.
That will be a set I will take to my grave because how cool it was.
That's awesome.
You've seen it multiple times too.
Yeah, but that one had George Carlin in it.
Yes, true. Good call
singing
out there.
Who has the funk?
Yeah.
We got the funk.
We got the funk.
Oh my god. And having 15,000 people collectively sing and dance that.
Yeah.
Insane.
That's awesome.
Yeah, for sure. I'm really happy they released the initial lineup too for Forest before these wristbands go on sale.
Another prediction. It might not be Tribe, Grizz.
Grizz! Oh, that's a 4-letter name.
It's shorter.
That very well
so it
could
could fit in there. And it's a top tier.
Yeah, and Grizz is humongous. I didn't even know they were as big as they are.
Right.
It's interesting to see.
So and if Grizz is there with Big G,
they might do a little something.
They might do a little something.
Man.
Because they usually do.
In the RV, like they are.
Big G did a couple years ago.
Loves to go out in the RV.
Yep, so I bet that could be Grizz.
That's cool. One really interesting call out I have is the Odesza being tier 1. Isn't that interesting?
I think that's cool though.
Yeah,
I think they deserve it.
I mean, they're humongous now. That album In Return or whatever came out in 2014. It's humongous. Like I said, they just finished recording that album. 2017 is going to be a massive year for Odesza.
For our listeners out there, we would be collectively interested in what you think these secret sets are. Yeah. So if you have predictions or thoughts, just Facebook them or send them our way, and we'll talk about them because we'd love to hear what you have to say about what you think. I personally think that Weeknd 2 top tier set is either Tribe or Grizz, so I hope to be proven right or wrong.
Yeah, I think those are two good predictions for Weeknd 2 for sure. That Weeknd 1 though on that tier 2, it's hard to say.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, with the way the Weeknd's lined up, it's kind of EDC like. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So it could follow that trend.
True.
Because it's a lot of housey music.
So you guys are getting married Saturday morning, 11 a.m. in the forest. As soon as the gates open, we're going to be in line, 10 a.m. or so, just to make sure we get in there.
Yep.
As soon as the forest opens. Yeah, Nick, who do you want to see the night that you get married?
Oh, wow. That's a good question.
Probably
honestly,
that Odesza, right? I mean...
Odesza is going to be beautiful.
Or...
That would be magical.
Yeah, but what
I
would
can
be
literally
crazier?
just name like half this whole lineup here. But Odesza, Big G, Bass Nectar, like the list goes on here.
I could see Bass Nectar closing out Saturday for sure. He did last year. Or he did Friday last year, right?
Yeah. And that makes sense. I think so.
Yeah.
But who knows, Above and Beyond might really surprise me. I might really enjoy that too, because I've heard their sets are really
They're
good.
fun. I mean, if you enjoy house music, you'll enjoy their set.
I do like house music.
One thing I will say is I hope Above and Beyond do not close out Sunday, close out the festival, because, I mean, come on, how can you have...
I could see them doing that because when I went, Moby closed out the festival.
Yeah, and it almost got shut down because of that storm that rolled through.
So.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Forest 2017... Gonna be a crazy year. The first time they have it as a double weekend.
I can't wait to hear about it, guys.
I love how you're just like, I love the lineup, but I'm not gonna commit. I can't commit.
I can't. It's $1,000 and 5 days PTO.
Yeah. It is a big commitment for sure.
It's literally $1,000 when you like get all the camping gear.
When you
the
start with the ticket prices, and then move up. It's like around $1,000.
Yeah.
And then 5 days PTO, which I don't have because I have another 5-day trip beyond my regular end of the year because I always take the end of the year off.
Yeah.
Last week of the year, I always take that off just because.
So this year's the 26th through the 30th, I believe, of December.
And I already submitted my request for next year for last weekend, and that's 5 days right there. And then I'm taking 5 days to go to Wyoming. So.
Right on.
Yeah.
Cool.
Very nice.
For sure.
Well, with a earlier discussion, we kind of segued. We touched on the weekend. Let's talk about the weekend, fellas.
So
it's currently my love affair right now. Like I'm very obsessed with the new album and with the weekend in general. So
the new album being
Starboy. It comes out on Black Friday, so breaking the fourth wall here, which is this Friday.
Damn.
This coming Friday. And this past week, he released 3 bits of news about Starboy. Number 1, he released the it's not a set list. What is it?
Tracklist.
Track list. Thank you, guys. Track list for Starboy, which are bringing some heavy hitters.
Right.
Did you guys get an opportunity to check it out?
Doesn't he have a couple songs with Daft Punk now?
2 songs with Daft
Yeah.
Punk. Both of them are released. There's a song with Lana Del Rey, a song with Future, a song with Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
wow.
I mean,
the one with Kendrick's gonna be legit.
so all these songs are crazy. And to segue from Electric Forest, from our house discussion, that second Daft Punk song, I think it's If I Miss You or something like that. That's kind of housey. It's more housey than anything.
Right.
I feel it coming, maybe.
Whatever the one that got released is.
Okay.
I don't have my notes in front of me.
So what do you guys think about his style shift here?
I love
it's
it.
great, obviously, but I had a theory that since he was working the festival circuit,
We talked about this.
that I think that is what really inspired him to change up his style a little bit, going to a more upbeat electronic style with featuring Daft Punk and all this stuff. I mean, who knows? Maybe the album will surprise us and he'll still have some of his chiller feel stuff, but I think it's all going to be more of this upbeat stuff.
I agree with you to that. I would say I bet the Lana Del Rey song will be more mellow and back to the roots, and she'll just provide some melodic vocals type thing.
Yeah, I can see that. That'd be good.
But the second song that he released is Party Monster.
Yeah,
that song is legit.
Yeah.
So
I think that was the third song, right? Starboy,
No.
False Alarm.
It went Starboy, False Alarm, the second Daft Punk song.
Oh, second Daft Punk.
Which the name is escaping me. It's like If You Miss Me or something like that.
I think it's called I Feel It Coming.
I Feel It Coming. That might be.
Okay.
And then Party Monster.
I
Right.
really liked Starboy. False Alarm was solid. I haven't listened to I Feel It Coming yet.
That one, I'm not that big of a house fan. I enjoy it, but that's what it's like.
Yeah, so releasing an album on Black Friday.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like hitting some major sales numbers, I bet. I think his last album sold like 60 million copies.
That's
I
insane.
was just looking it up this week. 60 million! So he posted, I think he posted like just a couple weeks ago on his Instagram a photo of his like, because the Billboard sends you like a platinum record framed.
Oh, yeah.
And he had 60 platinum records just framed like in this giant frame. Yeah.
Was that for the Beauty Beyond?
Yes, Beyond the Madness.
Yep.
Yeah, so good for him. I mean, I'm glad he's already checked off my list. He's soon to be checked off your list, Brandon.
Yep.
We'll chat about that in a second. But yeah, Nick and I have already seen him. We saw him at Somerset. Killed it. We actually saw him open for Big Gigantic, which
that'd be so cool.
So cool. And literally, as soon as he finished,
goosebumps for you.
as soon as he finished, like a half an hour into Big G's I Turned 26 or 25, excuse me.
Yep.
So that was just a really cool way to like just celebrate my birthday.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's when he had his funky hair too.
Yeah, for sure. So what do you guys think? He like lost a part of him.
Well,
So,
I think he, to Nick's point, he's reinventing his total image.
He really is.
He's embracing like what Taylor Swift had done, what Lady Gaga has done,
Yeah.
what a lot of other artists have done, and he's just
Biebs. He got rid of that.
Yep, Biebs. I mean, that's a true story.
I mean, that's facts. Right there.
So, I mean, I think it's great, and I can't not say so many good things. I mean,
Yeah. So speaking of you crossing him off your bucket list of artists to see, you're going to see him on the Starboy tour.
The Starboy Legends of the Fall tour, world tour.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So when is it? Do you know off the top of your head?
My date is May 24th, which is a Tuesday. I'll be going out on a Tuesday.
Yeah, it's going out.
In Chicago, Illinois, at the Allstate Arena.
Okay.
I thought it'd be at United Center, and I keep on saying the United Center, but it's the Allstate Arena.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Kanye just played there a couple weeks ago.
Fuck Kanye.
So. Yeah, no kidding. We'll talk about that in a second.
Are there any like good supporting acts, or is that
No, that's not been released yet.
Yeah.
Or actually, is it Bryson Tiller?
Yeah, Bryson Tiller is released as an opening act.
Bryson's
really good.
For the European side.
Correct.
No mention of
I got you.
us at all. Before the podcast, though, a new thing that has happened, when I bought tickets through Ticketmaster for this tour, I was given a album for that. And I get 2 CDs that are mailed to me.
What?
Because you bought 2 tickets.
Yeah.
That's legit.
And go on.
So for example, that happened with Fanagram too. So like these bigger acts, I know Fanagram's not at that Weekend level.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, they're pretty big though. They sell out First Avenue in Minneapolis like easily. They gave me 2 albums too, 2 downloadable albums with this. It's like a tour thing. Like
I get a hard copy one.
Oh wow, that's
mailed
really
to me.
neat. Yeah, for sure.
So what do you guys?
Their latest CD or
Yeah.
what?
So I'll get 2 Starboy copies.
Another call out is
really cool.
Every Time I Die. If you bought a piece of merch at Warp this last year, so the summer 2016, you got Low Teens this September, like just a download card. So a lot of artists are.
What do you guys think about that?
I think it's awesome.
I like it.
I like it as well.
Yeah.
I think it's just influencing the music even more.
Yeah.
No, it's a good way to get your stuff out there, and it will, reflect. I wonder if they're gonna include that in like sales.
Oh yeah, they will. That's the whole thing. Is like they're gonna be able to pad those numbers.
Yeah.
I don't know if why like a giant artist like The Weeknd would need to pad his numbers, but
I just got an email like 3 days after I purchased the ticket saying, you have 2 free albums. Please update with proper shipping address.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, okay, cool.
Honestly, it does relieve some of the heat from all those fees and stuff, so that's really cool.
So the Allstate
get a little
Arena-
extra for.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No,
So the Allstate Arena in Chicago, what holds 25,000, 30,000?
I don't know. I've been there twice. I seen Lady Gaga there.
Okay.
And I saw American Idol's live there.
Oh, really? You've seen American Idol live?
Yeah.
That's something you've never shared on the pod.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It was David Cook's year, I believe.
Okay.
Nice.
That name doesn't mean anything to me.
Yeah.
No, it was before that. I went 1 year when I wanted to go.
It wasn't when Ruben
That's
Studdard won, was it?
No.
In the
No.
first year?
No.
That's Kelly Clarkson, Ruben Studdard. That's about where my American Idol knowledge runs dry.
Well, I mean, they've put out so many amazing artists, so.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's true.
So what I was getting at with that number, though, 30,000, Chicago alone. He's got a worldwide tour.
And it's phase 1. Like, when it was announced, the Starboy Legend of the Fall tour, it was a phase 1, so they're adding dates.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
For sure.
I just wanted to get them before anything.
Well, he's going to be playing, in 2017, he's going to be playing in front of millions, literally millions of people. So that's millions of records sold.
Right.
Interesting fact. I wonder how Starboy does not have that killer tracks that we know of as a single so far.
Yeah, they do.
Like, I Can't Feel My Face, though. That was humongous.
Starboy
Is huge.
The
there,
radio play on Starboy is insane.
Yeah.
They play it at least once an hour now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true.
I hear you. I just mean, like, I think I Can't Feel My Face was, like, the biggest song of the year, and I don't know if Starboy is, like, getting that same vibe in my book. But
what I guess my argument would be, what do you feel competes with the song of the year then? If Starboy's not it, what do you see Starboy?
Put me on the spot here. I'd have to do some
It's hard to say.
research or whatever, but
I could see maybe like a Chainsmokers jam.
yeah, so like the Chainsmokers stuff.
And
Back to Electric Forest. I bet Chainsmokers. I made that prediction with Dan last night. Actually.
Oh, okay.
that could be. But back to Snake Hips.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually very similar to Chainsmokers.
Oh,
so
really?
it's kinda
Okay, yeah, good.
That's good to know. Thanks.
So, moving on, do we want to touch base on that Kanye West news that came out? Or do we want to just say, screw all politics, let's not talk about it?
So I actually don't know what you guys are talking about, so...
Oh, okay. Well, Brandon, I'll let you elaborate.
Go ahead.
Okay, so basically...
Well, everybody's bummed here. I don't know if I want to know.
The same day Kanye had some great press come out, he had some bad press.
He
so what
opened
happened?
his fucking mouth is what he did.
Yeah,
Damn
no,
it.
for real. He got a call, KK, Kim Kardashian's like, yo, Kanye, yay, baby, Mr. West. You got some good press. I need you to open your mouth. That's pretty much
I need
what
you
happened.
to fuck your shit up, bro.
So what happened is he actually had to cut his set short in LA just last week or 2 weeks ago because he lost his voice. In the middle of his set, just straight up lost his voice, couldn't perform.
Damn.
So he cut his set like third of the set, like maybe a half hour short. And
I heard he was going to make up for that show.
You know, that's the thing. The good press came out this last week saying that yes, I think it was on Thursday, breaking the fourth, Sean, that he was going to make up that show, free tickets. He's giving away thousands of tickets to urban children in LA or California area. Then he opened his mouth. Hours later, that the good press came out, and he said that he would have voted for Trump if he voted.
And he didn't vote.
So that's the thing. He not only did he not vote, he says he would support.
This fucker was joking with some seriousness that he wanted to run for president in 2020, and he didn't even vote in an election that he wants to run in potentially.
Yeah, like you're an American. Yeah, I get it. Okay.
I'm shaking my head for the listeners.
Yeah. Trump came out.
He got booed off stage for that.
Oh yeah,
Kanye did.
Get the hell out of here.
Literally got booed off stage.
That's just such a heartbreaker. Like I know, like of all things he could support. Of all things, it has to be him. Anyway, Trump gets on stage on Friday afternoon after hearing this press and says, "I love Kanye."
Of course he does.
Here's the thing: Kanye is the greatest. He's been so nice to me. He's been so nice to me. He's been so nice. Yeah, I only counterpunch. That's what he says. I only counterstrike. Counterpunch, counterstrike. So if you yell at me, if you call out me, then I'm gonna come after you. Kanye's been so nice to me.
Yeah, he's a child. That's why he's a terrible person.
Yeah, he's 16.
They're both children.
Yeah, no kidding.
Anyway, moving on. There's the drama, Nick. Kanye's a bitch, so.
So, we gotta chat about the NES Classic Edition, get some gaming news into this.
Isn't it sold out?
It is sold out everywhere.
Like instantly.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So it came out on Veterans Day, November 11th.
Yep.
It's been out for over a week now. It's been sold out everywhere. It came out at 4 p.m. Central Time on Amazon that same day. I tried...
Did you really?
Oh yeah, I tried. I was not
What's the price point on that?
$60, 30
Supposed to be
30. Yeah, that's a good call out, Nick. We'll touch base on that in a second. 30 NES games. There's a couple caveats to it. Is the controller it comes with is not wireless, which for people these days are like, it's like that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't care, but continue.
No, but the reason why you would care, I know how your living room's set up, and it wouldn't affect you too much, but the reason why you would care is that means you have to sit 3 feet away from the TV, essentially, right?
Yeah,
depending on how long your HDMI cable is.
Yeah, and the cord is really short.
3 feet.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I'm 3 feet away from my computer monitor here that I play Xbox on, but that's just when I capture. I mean, I would normally be sitting 10, 12 feet away from my TV. So that's a thing that people are angry about. But the main thing, of course, is that you can't even get it.
Right.
So every single day this week, Monday through Friday, this past week, I should say, Walmart has released an X amount online at 2 p.m. Central, or 2 p.m. Western time, so California time or whatever. And then I think
Pacific.
Pacific, good call it. 4 p.m. Central time, and they've been selling out like crazy too.
Right.
So,
anyone that did get their hands on them are reselling them for ridiculous amounts of money on eBay.
I think the trending price right now on eBay, $300. That is 500% markup.
Yeah, roughly $300. People are like posting them for ridiculous amounts. Like I saw one. The person posted it for $88,000. Like
it better be gold plated.
but some have actually sold for. One actually did sell for like $2,000.
Yep, that's for sure. $9.99. Like I've seen like crazy amounts.
Too much money.
Yeah, that's the thing.
If you can spend $2,000 on a gaming system, you have too much money.
So, kind of some background, because I don't know if I've actually said anything on the podcast officially, but my second job, JCD and Hobby, we're learning a lot about like the background on like how these types of stores work and where a small hobby store fits into the like massive market that we have with like big box stores like Walmart.
You're officially a mom and pop shop.
We are, yeah. Now, for this whole deal with the NES Classic Edition, our store tried to get a few consoles, and we were literally allotted 3.
Whoa!
3 total.
So here's the thing that we gotta...
let him finish.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're good. We were allotted 3 total, which of course those were pre-ordered like instantly, so like no one could get them. It's a crazy...
Did they place a markup on that? Or
No, we just sold them retail.
MSRP
we're not gonna
$59.99.
Yeah, because I mean we're not gonna fuck our
customers
over.
So you got 3?
3 total.
Does the store have 2 locations?
We have 3 locations.
And did each store get 3?
No,
The company got 3.
The company as a whole, yeah.
Oh my god, 1 for each store.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, yeah, those were called for instantly. So
I would imagine.
Even the staff alone would be like, "Yep, I want one."
Yeah, which is usually what happens when we get new product. We usually get in there right away, but yeah,
not when you only get 3.
I didn't really expect this to be such a huge deal.
So that's the thing I want to comment on is that Nintendo manufactures supply and demand. Like
they really
it's
do.
Fake supply and demand. They did it they've done it with every console ever released. The Nintendo Wii being the most obvious, where they made it look like it was like the hottest thing in the entire world at $250 price point, competing with the PS3, which was $600 that year, 2006. We actually, yesterday was the 10-year anniversary of the Nintendo Wii being released, November 19th. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then obviously that makes Thursday being the 10-year anniversary of PS3. Anyway, what I'm getting at, Nintendo, you are shiesty. Because you are making it seem like this is like the hardest thing to find. And it only is because you guys aren't producing the right amount, or you guys aren't shipping the right amount. This is kind of like how the amiibo craze was about a year and a half ago. I mean, I got into it big time. I got every single one for Super Smash, except for like the last like 3 or 4. But they made it seem like certain ones were super rare, like Marth from the Fire Emblem series. Other ones like the Villager from the Animal Crossing series, which I was fortunate enough to get on the day that they were released. But yeah, they just make it seem like they manufacture this fake scarcity.
Yeah.
It's just bull crap. And I don't really know why they want to do that, because it's a $60 console, essentially a plug and play. And you don't even need to do anything special. Like, it's all old games. 30 old games, classic games, Metroid, Legend of Zelda games, Super Mario Brothers, Balloon Fight, and so forth. So it's just, come on, Nintendo. You better not do this with the Switch.
Right.
You better not.
And honestly, it's not like this is really anything too crazy special or... I don't even know. I don't know what I'm trying to say here.
It's not a new product.
Yeah,
because
that's what I'm saying.
there are other products.
It's like a reissue.
Exactly.
Because there are other products like Blueberry where you can, download your own games. There's people mod things all the time, so it's not like this is
Raspberry Pi.
crazy. Yeah,
$35 computer that you can just literally use as your emulator.
right. Yeah, there's so many emulators that this is like crazy.
What's an emulator?
Emulator is where, like, I could download an emulator.
This is technically kind of like an emulator. They have it all downloaded onto one place.
Yeah, so an emulator is like, it reads and can play back ROMs, which is what the NES was. Like, those games, those files are ROMs, essentially. NES, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, all the older games. And those... Yeah, for sure. And those games are ROMs, and emulator reads and plays those ROMs. So you can download an emulator to a computer, and that is it's like pretty much downloading a Nintendo console on your computer.
I've done that. So okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I know. I didn't know what it was, but
the verbiage on that. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually just deleted all of mine just because it just doesn't really, it doesn't always, like, that's the thing. You don't have that seal of quality with ROMs, obviously, with it being a pirated version of the game and so forth. Sometimes it doesn't work as well. Sometimes it doesn't save. Sometimes it crashes. I mean, you can have that in all gaming, but when you don't have that seal of quality, you might have to deal with some bull crap, just like Nintendo.
I think a good segue discussing Nintendo is... the mobile Mario game comes out soon.
Super Mario Run, $9.99 price point. We covered it.
$9.99?
Yes, sir.
I wish it was $5.99.
Yeah.
That's more than I thought it would be. What did they always say it was going to be $10?
No, so they didn't release the price point until this past week on Tuesday, November 15th, for December 15th being the release date. $9.99. I'm loving that price point. I'm totally down to pay that.
Should have been. I bet they would have made more money at $5.99.
Well, we'll see. We will see. But if you want to keep in mind, I know Pokemon Go is free, but Pokemon Go was downloaded over 100 million times for Android and iOS. This is timed release, a timed exclusive for iOS for Apple iPhone users and iPad users. So this will be only released on Apple products for until 2017, and I bet they will make bazillions of dollars.
Yeah. A good point that I saw someone bring up in like the comments section of something when the price came out. The guy was like, well, everybody is complaining about the price point, but if you were to download it for free, you probably would have spent this or more with in-game purchases anyway.
I never spend money in in-game purchases.
With Pokemon Go, I did.
Yeah, I don't even want to release officially on the podcast how much I spent on Pokemon Go.
I know, right?
But let me just...
It was more than $10 for me.
Yeah, exactly.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It was $0 for me.
But you didn't play Pokemon Go.
When I got bored, I did.
No Pokemon Go in the street.
Yeah, no Pokemon Go at my house is what... The weekend following the Pokemon Go craze, Brandon definitely announced multiple times when we were at his house this past summer, no Pokemon Go at my house.
No, in the street, in the front.
Yeah.
You can Pokemon Go as much as you want in the back.
But all the, like, good Pokemon were out in the front.
They were.
Yeah, but
so
you guys
weird.
were going in the street drunk at 1 a.m. There had to be a stop at some point.
That's true. That's true.
I don't...
Yeah, he had to round us in. He had to hurt us in.
Yeah, for sure. You had to hurt us in, like, Pokemon. So, I'm okay with that $10 price point. A lot of people are upset because the mobile market has this, like, preconceived notion that it either needs to be free with in-game purchases or it needs to be $1. Like that's it.
Yeah.
People won't pay more than $1 or $2, maybe $3.
I bet it's gonna fail.
No way. It's Shigeru Miyamoto, the creator of Mario, the co-creator of Donkey Kong, all those amazing classics that are
It's
literally
too much money.
No way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw it out here right now. Here. Let's put it in an example. The Final Fantasy games, which are also classics for the gaming world.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy, I think 1 through 5 or 6 you can get on iPhone right now.
15 is coming out soon.
But they're like 10.
Yeah.
They were started out as $10 or $15 each.
Yep.
Obviously, as the years have gone by, since they've been out since like 2012 or so, they're down to like $3, $4, $5. But
Right.
I mean, first upon release, $10. I mean, that just makes sense to me for a game that's like literally like a video game. Like I'm not trying to put down mobile games, but like it's from a game creator, and yeah, I mean, Nintendo's like the best. Come on.
And anything like Mario related at all is just anything Mario touches is gold. Like the stuff doesn't decrease in value, as I'm finding. Like in this like resale world that I'm in, old Nintendo 64 games, old NES games, anything Mario just does not decrease in value. A lot of those older games are like $1.99. Those Mario games, like that, the value holds up. So I mean, anything if $10 for this mobile game, I think that's fine. That they could probably charge more.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of
it is mobile, so that's like weird. But aren't they doing something with that and Switch though? Like they're gonna.
We'll see. We'll see. The Nintendo Switch has a lot of details coming out. January 12th, I believe, or 17th, one of the two. But Nintendo's going to be having a press release of all the rest of the details. Obviously, we only got like the kind of like the trailer, the 3-minute trailer, the glimpse into what the Nintendo Switch is. Released by the end of March is what they say. I hope it doesn't get delayed till Christmas or holiday season 2017. But another piece of news for Nintendo, just real quick. Nintendo actually just announced that they are officially done producing the Wii U. So that's kind of sad. 12 million units sold, pretty pathetic. Honestly, it sold just a little bit more than the Dreamcast, which is remarked as one of the biggest gaming failures of all time.
Really?
So, yeah,
Jeez.
Nintendo, this is pretty much their last shot. The Nintendo Switch is pretty much their last shot at like a home console to compete with Microsoft's Xbox One, PlayStation's PS4.
Yep.
So, Brandon, what are your thoughts on Nintendo? Would you ever, I know you have a Wii, I know you use the balance board with Wii Fit, so I know you're a Nintendo fan. I mean, you grew up in the 80s, right? Like you in the 90s. You're a huge Nintendo fan.
I have all the consoles. I have an NES.
Yeah, for sure.
And a Nintendo 64.
Nice. Yes, sir. I love that
And
console.
I actually pull out the 64 every once in a while when I want to play some GoldenEye or Mario 64.
Yeah.
Those are like my solids.
Do you think you'll ever dip into the Nintendo...
the newer generation
systems? Buy any more Nintendo products? The $60
I wouldn't mind paying for this.
You would pay $60 for the NES Classic.
Oh, totally.
Actually, for 30 games, that's
a value.
Really good. If you buy those games separately, you're going to pay thousands of dollars.
For like the actual
version of the game. For the console,
or even hundreds on, because you can get almost all those, if not all those games on the Wii U Virtual Console or the Wii Virtual Console, but obviously they're like $5 at a pop for. So like you're gonna spend $300 right there.
I'm just not a gamer, so I mean, there's the likelihood that I'd spend $60 on this is greater than $300 on an Xbox One or PlayStation.
Sure.
Yeah.
My brother, on the other hand, buys a new Xbox every 6
iteration,
months because he just goes through them.
Burns them out.
Yeah.
Really. That's how I was with the 360. I actually owned 7 different Xbox 360s.
Yeah, he went through about that many too.
Yeah. I mean, when you're playing on Xbox 360, you had the Red Ring of Death, 3 red lights, whatever you want to call it. So those got burnt out super fast. But capping off the podcast, episode 52. R.I.P. Daniel Brown's presence. Did he ever text anybody? What happened with that? Let's call him out here on the podcast now. No updates, huh? So he was supposed to be here at 10:30, which was a half hour late, and he's still not here. That makes me sad.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah. Well, he is going out of town today with his family to Minneapolis, I think, for like Thanksgiving family time. So can't really throw too much shade his way. But with that being said, we gotta have a pregnant pause, guys. We're gonna cap out the show, cap out the podcast here. We're doing things bigly now, in the studio.
I just wanted to say, do you guys have any upcoming stuff going on? Any shows that you're seeing soon?
Oh yeah, there's that reaction.
Yeah, so next week we've got it's not reaction. It's
is that what it's called? Something like that. It was the show at the social club.
Yeah. It's reconnect. Reconnect. Yeah, reconnect. Sorry. I need to drink some more coffee. But no, yeah, we have Reconnect coming up next week. We have a friend of the show, Atticus Swartwood. His band, he lives in Nashville now. His band based out of Nashville, of course. Molly Rocket is going to be playing at Vaudeville Muse on Friday, Black Friday. After that, we're going to round up the crew, round up the troops. Everyone's coming back into town for Thanksgiving, of course. And we're going to head over to the social club to see Reconnect, which is going to be awesome. I think it's the third or fourth iteration of this, which is like, it's like artistic performances like Ariel and Lyra. At the same time, they have a DJ playing or some sort of live music. And then on top of that, they have artists selling paintings or their artwork.
I remember that.
Yeah. So that was a lot of fun. Always love to support the social club in any way I can. So yeah, head out there on Black Friday crew. Lemonhead's out there, and you might see me. Just say hi. Say hi to the crew. I think, Brandon, will you be there?
No, I have a race the next day.
Oh, snap. You're like 15th 5K of the year.
Yeah. Well, one a year, so yeah.
That's
or
cool.
one a month, I should say.
Dang, you do one a month?
At least.
That's awesome.
On average, or?
No, my goal is to do at least one paid 5K per month. And so far I've done it.
That's awesome.
And I have 2 next week. I'm doing one on Thanksgiving, which I told you about. And then that's a 5 mile, and then I'll do the 5K on Saturday morning.
That's crazy.
That's awesome.
I feel too much pressure when I run those. So I've only run one, obviously. Yeah. And I felt so much pressure, I ran literally at 100%. I did my absolute best, and I actually crushed it.
You did.
But yeah, I mean, I just have like the nerves alone that morning. I was just like, I had heart palpitations.
It's fun.
I know, but
it makes you run better. So
yeah,
agreed. Nick, you're going to be at Reconnect for sure. Yeah. Celebrating Thanksgiving. So, hey, thank you, listeners, for listening to the podcast. This is the second Thanksgiving we're celebrating as a bunch of Lemonheads. Just, a batch of Lemonheads, a bunch of Lemonheads.
Have yourself a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Black Friday. Happy consumerism, whatever you want to say. Go out there, spend all your money. Send some money to us. Our PayPal account is at the EZPZ.
I was going to be like, if this is going into your Venmo account, I want some too.
No, I'm just kidding.
We're all going to Puerto Rico. We have bills to pay.
Just you giving us your ears, listening to the podcast. Where we eclipsed that 50, so it's only uphill from here, right, guys?
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
With that being said, let's cap out the podcast here. Let's cap out episode whatever it is. You can find me at Sean S. Johnson. You can find the podcast at the EZPZ, Instagram, Twitter. Hit us up. We're trying to post there more. Facebook at the EZPZ. You'll see the logo. It's just Nick's original drawing, which I've got posted up here in the studio. Right up there. Do you see it?
I saw it.
Okay. Brandon sees it. Nick, where can they find you?
You can find me on Facebook at Nick Andy Art and Instagram at bazooka_Nick.
Yeah, so you're gonna be posting some art here soon, right?
Yeah. I have too many hobbies, man, and I'm so busy with work, but I need to get back into drawing more. I just got this Xbox.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, we didn't even call it out. That's something I wanted to call out on this episode. You got an Xbox One.
I finally got an Xbox One, and
playing Fallout 4.
Yeah, and just with this new job, it's kind of like revamping my love of comics. I've been reading a lot more comics lately. I have so many.
I read the last Halloween, the long Halloween.
Did you?
I finished it.
How was it?
Well,
Did you? Yeah,
we'll take it offline.
Right on. So yeah, Nick, you're super busy, of course, with the second job playing Xbox. Find you in the real world. Brandon, where can they find you?
Find me and my Donald Trump rants on Snapchat and Twitter primarily. It's where I post the most at goldbizzle G0LD bizzle BIZZLE.
Yes, sir. And we out.